you both know how great wheelchair rugby league is. Have you been surprised by the reaction on social media, the viewing figures, the crowds who've been watching at the Copper Boxing in Sheffield about how much they've taken to the sport, probably for the first time they've seen it?
I came in, I tried to come in without any expectations because I didn't want to be like let down, disappointed. So I thought I'll just come in not expecting anything, and then anything that happens is good news. So in that respect, I've been blown away. I think the crowds that came to see us at the Cold Box were amazing. And although it might have looked like there was a few empty seats on telly, the atmosphere in there was unreal, and it was easily the loudest games that these boys have ever played in. The most people I've ever seen watching a game of wheelchair rugby league. So I hope that this game on Sunday, every seat will be full. And although the attendance will be lower just because of the capacity, I think the atmosphere has got a chance of being even better.
Knowing that the final looks like it's going to be the biggest crowd that there's ever been to watch a wheelchair game, how important is it that England are part of that?
Oh yes, it's the most important thing. We said at the tournament that the only thing that was good enough was win 5 games. So we'll be honoured if we get a chance to be a part of that game. Obviously, like Tom said really well, we've got to perform well on Sunday first. And if we perform well in front of a full crowd under semi-final pressure, then we'll be in good stead to perform well in the next game if we get there.
When you've got a squad which has so much talent in it, is it hard to pick the starting lineup for each game?
Yeah, obviously, really hard. And I think the guys who have played less minutes have dealt with it really well. Like, we haven't had any kind of glum faces or people kicking stones. Like, there's a really, really good kind of unity in the team. And Tom's kind of mentioned that already. Like, this is a gang of best mates really who all want to win something together. So that means that it makes life really, really hard still because, like you say, we've got such a depth of talent, and that's the reason that we've got a good chance of winning this tournament. But yeah, it's certainly a lot of headaches between the start of this tournament and the end.
What are you expecting from Wales on Sunday?
I think that they'll come out and play really, really hard, tough rugby. They've probably got us on weight by, I'm going to say 50 kilos because they've just got some really big, heavy ball carriers. And if we turn over ball cheaply near our goal line, and they're a good chance of getting over it. So we're going to have to control the territory really well.
Tom H now, how much have you enjoyed playing in front of these crowds? And the kids who've been there down in London, you can hear it on the TV, how much they're enjoying everything, even when you're winning by big scorelines. They're involved from minute one to the final whistle.
Yeah, it's massive. I've said before, it's life-changing for us players playing in front of that many crowd. And we set out a goal at the start of the tournament to create a legacy for the future generation to play wheelchair rugby league. And just seeing the kids out there supporting us, I think is a step in the right direction for us on that task that we've got. Is we want wheelchair rugby league to profit immensely. Like, we're ambassadors for the sport. Not only do we want to win the World Cup, we want to make sure the game's in good stead and create a legacy for the future generations. Come on.
We know you've got Wales on Sunday. You're coming up against your Leeds Rhinos teammate, Jodie Boyd-Ward. She's already started. I say she started the war of words on the telly yesterday, but she started it months ago when the World Cup was announced, years ago. How much are you looking forward to coming up against her on Sunday?
For me, it's just another opponent, to be honest. When I'm with England, Leeds is out of my head. When I'm with Leeds, England's out of my head. I'm very good at switching off. So for me, Jodie's just going to be another opponent. We can speak to each other after the game and sort of speak then and be mates then. But for the full 80 minutes, we're not going to be mates. It's just England versus Wales. For
us cynical media types and people who watch rugby league for years, it's very concerning that everything seems to be going well in all the England camps at the moment. Obviously, the PDRL side won their World Cup. The men, the women, and yourselves in the semi-finals. Nothing's going bad behind the scenes. What's changed? Why is everything so serene and calm at the moment?
I think we're all just one big family, to be honest. I mean, us wheelchair, we look out for the women's and the men's, and same around. We all look out for each other, and we all want the best for each other. I mean, I think a big part of this is through the England Performance Unit. This got set up to create a platform for men's, women's, and wheelchair to all be on the same level. And I think a lot of staff are intertwining and helping each other out in ways that they need help, and other ways And I think we're just one big sort of England family, and we all want the best for each other. And that might be staff wanting to look after staff, players want to look after players. And yeah, I think that's one big reason behind it is the England performance unit.
Finally, who's the best gamer then amongst you? You're saying that's the big pastime in your downtime. Who's the best? What are you all playing? What's going on?
Depends what game. F1, I think Nathan squeezes it. But Wayne, I think Wayne said he played it for the first time in like 15 years the other day. And he came like 11th in the Grand Prix. So in his words, he didn't do too bad. But I think Nathan holds the score for F1. But if we're talking FIFA, then I have to sit the crown for that.